Hello, you guys. So, this is a pretty heavy reading, and it's only going to resonate with individuals that are currently going through some sort of situation where you're about to lose someone or someone's in bad health. Regardless of age here, just so I reach as many of you as possible that find this, someone will have like a heart issue or some sort of like health related problem and some new beginning will come about the situation, right? That's what someone with a good heart will wish for, is that others continue in their legacy, that humanity continues, right? So if I lose my life tomorrow, I want the world to still be at peace, right? I don't want for the world to end because my life is over, right? You get what I mean? So something really amazing is going to come out of the situation that you're in. And I'm getting that someone was not destined to really be on your path because you're a very, like, this person is played with fire in a way. Like, whoever this was, it definitely seems like a family member, okay? Like a toxic kind of family member or someone that's projected a lot onto you, the main character here. They've because they're coming out as the king of cups, someone who's been cold or judgmental in some ways and said unfavorable things to others, not only to you about you, but to others as well. They've criticized you, critiqued you, you know, this type of energy going on between these figures, okay? And then this energy, it's like someone intentionally kind of done some sort of backstabbing and betraying, and it's giving an age difference. There's some sort of age difference here. This person felt justified. They felt like they were like in some sort of like authority and righteousness to do this, and it's really their bad ego. Because you don't do this to people, the divine, the spirits of the divine continue to bless you and keep you safe, protected, and in connection with the divine. This person has been cut off. They look worried. They're concerned about some situation or something in their life. They've been, or they're about to be. I mean, I just heard, but they're like kind of obsessed with you because you are a very lovable, magnetic, like a very abundant person, or if you're dealing with financial struggles or setbacks, or you're not making a lot of money right now, that's ahead for you. That's still destined for you. You can make it happen. Okay, you can make that happen. You can make a six-figure salary happen. Absolutely. It may take a little while, but you're going to get there at some point, and this person knows that you're capable of this and that you are meant for that. So they're kind of like, they think about you and they think about you and they think about you. But they're not meant. This came out in reverse. They're not meant to be clinging on to you like they're a soulmate, but they've been trying to. And it's been like an invasion of your sacred purpose. You have a sacred, deep purpose, whoever I'm talking to. You could be meant, like, to such a point of being meant to be world known. Okay? Like, by the degree in which you're meant to help people. And if you're not aware of that by now, or how to do that, or what that is, I mean, we have the internet. That's the whole point of having the golden age with the digital technologies, that we can communicate so swiftly and quickly, getting to know each other so on such a widespread level worldwide, let alone in a whole country of millions of people. So there's something like that here that you're meant to do. And to take that seriously, take that into consideration, even in your own ego, of course, be humble. There's a way to balance that out, like your ego and what you sacredly know spiritually about yourself and about certain other individuals. That's simply meant in the destiny of certain human beings through capability, through awareness, being responsible for millions of others. Okay? That's the whole point of being a spirit guide here on the planet, or working with a lot of spirit guides, just by consciousness, by our intuition, what we're feeling and sensing, and like how quickly we're shifting, and all these different things. So some of us are very high caliber, and I'm getting that from you. This person is obsessed with that in a sense. Also, this King of Cups could be well off. They could be very stable in some way, but they've been doing deceptive things. They're losing their positioning here. That's what I'm getting. Someone is ascending or someone's passing on. I'm getting someone's passing on because I saw this earlier. Hold on. Were those cards? Oh, here it is. This came out. Yeah, someone is like passing on, and there's some of you, whether you've been actually, if some of you have been in an extremely toxic situation, like this individual that's passing on was doing things behind your back, trying to sever family ties from you, trying to control you, manipulate you, make you think that everyone thinks that, it's like a bad sour apple, in the crop of people that try to deceive you and make you think that everyone loves you, and that they love you when actually they don't, or that they want to play tricks and be petty and be two-faced. It's giving like Gemini vibe, or just someone who's bitter. Okay, doesn't matter what sign. Could even be earth sign or air. I'm getting actually like earth sign or air sign energy right now for some reason. This person is. They were like bitter, and it's just this really unhealthy side to them. Also, Scorpio just came to mind, especially with this purple, deep purple. They've fallen short of grace, of God's grace, and some sort of abundance and new beginning, and like a really like a miracle of a situation, like roses bloom out of this. I mean, we're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, or you can finally like stay afloat for a while and not stress as much because of this individual passing. Okay. To want that isn't bad. To want what someone has, especially if it's family, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, that's bad, that's unhealthy. No. If this person actually here has been doing stuff like that, and I'm seeing that in the cards, okay? I'm not gonna not take what the cards are telling me. Then it's deserved, you know? As bitter as this person has been, or as the things they've said to you, I'm getting that it wasn't correct. It wasn't right. Something about that. There's a new beginning happening because they're going. So it's giving me that they were in the way of something. They were in the way of your freedom. They were in the way of your voice. They were in the way of your energy, like energetically here. And that has been, you've been hiding that truth or something. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Something's being traded down to the next. It could be anybody, one family member down to the other. This person's passing. This person is going to continue living. And it's simply in the order of the divine. It's simply in the order of what is in the will, or what's orchestrated. Even if there's no will and this person is taking you out of the will, a judge will be appointed. Yeah, look at this. A judge will literally be appointed to where you still get this new beginning, to a situation where some of you could have been dealing with financial struggles, and this person could have been trying to keep you in financial struggles. This could even pertain to a workplace, But it's giving me like that family type of energy, like you like nudge each other, you know. It's like you've known each other for a while, so you can do that type of thing. It's like tough love in this situation. You're going to be going through some having to solve through some things. I'm hearing like this isn't, you've never done this before. Like it's not your, it is your first time to be completely alone and live on your own and survive alone, but you're going to be doing this just fine. Okay. There's some sort of energy here that keeps coming up. Whoa. Being burdened, feeling like there's not a like clear mind, and like egotistically feeling blocked. Someone's passing on. I just heard while someone is ascending. Someone's passing on while someone is ascending, continues ascending. You're okay, so in order to make this easier on yourself, you're being asked, hi Eva, you're being asked to continue being this chameleon salamander energy, changing colors. Continue doing this, being mutable. You may have Sagittarius in your chart, which is mutable fire sign, and you're able to continue moving forward and popping up in multiple places all at once. Spirit is going to be conducting some sort of miracle. The moon, there's a mystery moving forward about your identity. Very mysterious energy, and it has to do with something creative, something that you're meant, yeah. You're like this mirror, you're a paradox to the world, whoever you are. You know this about yourself. Like you're like a mystery to yourself in a way, and in turn you're a mystery to the world. You're a spirit guide, like someone that's watching, whoever's watching this, that's meant to hear this message. Okay, I'm getting some of you are not meant to hear this message and you're still here. Okay, but those of you who know, like deep down inside, this is for you. Something about your third eye and manifestation, your creative abilities. It's like no one else has your creative abilities. No one else can really see what you see. No one knows what you know inside. And it's very beautiful. You're drawing down some sort of sacred information, and it's a part of your purpose. Excuse me. Also, what you do in music, like what you do over here, is connected to what's over here because it's a shared space. Even if it's literally from one country to another, one continent to another, in the ocean or on land, in outer space and on Earth, it's like still in the universe. So it's all connected in a way. So there's something that you're going to be doing over here that helps you get to this place that you've wanted to also be. Could be dealing with career, could be like some sort of like position or role that may be a bit more like conventionally known. And then this one over here is very unconventional. And you're like, how am I going to do the two? How are people, you know? And it's like, just trust your own spirit, trust your inner animal, you know? However, you're going to be exerting your power, yourself, your energy. Just do that, okay? This person, whoever this has been in the situation, that's been in the way of this star destiny that you are a part of, is going to be moved. They have to be moved out of the way. Okay. And it's very urgent. I'm getting that very urgent. Like they have to move out the way. No negotiating. That's what Spirit is saying. Because you've been waiting. Oh my gosh, you've been waiting. Yeah. And instead, this person has been trying to create this behind your back when really you deserve that after everything you've been through. This is humanity. This is the natural state of humanity. Okay? But someone's been doing this, and that's this person that's passing away. And I just heard karma, karma, look, karma on the devil. Anyone that portrays themselves as the devil gets karma. Even if this is a manager, as simple as that, they're going to get karma. Someone that's been trying to sabotage others, I'm hearing, you know the truth, and so does the devil. This person knows what they've been doing and that it hasn't been right. They don't know what right is. They don't know what it is to live right by people. You could even be in translation this King of Pentacles, so you're or King of Cups, King of Pentacles. You are a king or queen. It's giving if you're a female watching this, it's giving that you have a lot of masculine energy, and that you're like you could be a water sign. Okay, you could have Earth in your chart. You're naturally adept to this. I'm like warming up to this King of Cups in a way, like you you know when someone's behaving very concerned or you figure something out about someone and you're kind of like disturbed. It's giving that his face here, especially because someone has been doing wrong things to others. It's something that your heart would never do. So you're being protected. Someone's being protected here, while the other, faces some sort of ending. I just saw the tower in my third eye, in my mind's eye. Wow. Yeah, they've been trying to stop this. And the fact that you have it coming in for you, like this energy constantly happening for you, like you're pushing forward or there's an opportunity as much as you push forward, that day you woke up, you made your coffee, you ate your breakfast, you went to your job, right? An opportunity comes in, a promotion comes in and you're like just because I did that small push, a reward comes in, and don't expect it like that, but expect expect miracles, expect really good things. Okay, don't be pessimistic. If you're a pessimistic kind of person, don't do that. Some of you naturally could deal with that, but someone, this person, this cold person in the situation, or whoever's passing on, that has cared about you genuinely, has been doing some wrong moves, and they can't face themselves, they can't apologize. The world, yeah. Even in the situation, at some point, confirmation from spirit. I just saw the world. Where'd it go? Ooh, there's the tower. It's a paradigm shift from this whole thing. It's strengthened you. It's made you become even stronger, which makes your love stronger as well. When your physical body goes through these like transformations and it goes through tough challenges, you eventually come out on the other side. And that's happening in the situation. You're going to have an overflowing of happiness or fresh energy that you're tapped into, that you feel through difficulties and through having to make some judgment calls. You know, the divine itself is sounding the alarm, and you're attached. You're tied in with the divine. You're a part of it. Yeah, they see everything that's been going on with this individual, and so they're gonna have to make some moves. Ancestors, they're gonna take care of this individual. So if you're stressed, if you're empathic out there, and you're like, I can't deal with the loss, it's really hard for you. Um, you're gonna come on top. Okay, there's an eye, watchful eye here. Through the darkness comes light. Going to sleep at night, you wake up in the morning with a fresh eye. Okay, And you have some sort of knowledge, you know about something. Yeah, look at that. And this talks about a new beginning. Like spirit is waiting on you. You have a lot of resources, you have something, you have money for something, you're on your way to something like that. And it's about your identity. Like there's this void about who you are that needs to be filled. And it has to do with music. It has to do with something you communicate or you're a messenger about, because that's what music is. I mean, it's the heart. It's communicating the self to others, and it's a very like multiple. It does a lot of multiplication in the world. You taking your basis of who you are as an individual and having 10 million people have it in their hands. It's that type of thing here. It goes hand in hand. So any kind of resources you have to put towards, and it's giving creative energy, hidden creative energy inside of you. It's energetic here. Putting it towards a project, something like that, releasing it out into the world and having that return back to you in currency here. Okay. There's a message about that it's going to happen as long as you take action here. And yeah, this person will be actually a guide for you, even if they've been um, negligent or toxic or manipulative egotistically. It's because they've wanted to be you. They've wanted so badly to take from you uh, their ego, right? But not their real spirit. Their spirit is actually a healthy individual, but because they genuinely spiritually care about you, so they're going to turn into one of your guides. And I'm seeing that they're going to add into and the collective group of past loved ones. They're going to join your past loved ones. This is a confirmation here for some of you that you could have two past loved ones. And so there's another one joining them that's still alive. And this could be in your immediate family here. Okay. That's very deep. I have to take a breath. Yeah. And this is helping you align with your true abundance in this life. And they're meant to help you align. These family members or whoever these people are, even if this is a workplace situation, people that you've known that have passed on, they're meant to guide you to this abundance, to your leadership, to you being on your own. The Nine of Coins energy, I'm seeing that in my third eye. You being independently you. Okay, the world is supposed to know you for you and the original ideas that you've curated. I'm getting that you're very original here, but people don't know who you are quite yet, and they need to know. That's in your destiny. That's why I'm saying that. It's in your destiny. It's written in the stars. And look at how many stars are in the background. I have never noticed that. You're like an astral being here. Yeah, there's so much to look forward to. You could smoke as well. You could be into like plant medicines. Highly recommend. Okay, that's all we need on Earth is like plant medicine. But if you know what I mean, the ganja. Um, yeah, you could be into that. There's confirmation here about that. That they see you. Okay, the divine is okay with that because it's, excuse me, just limit it, moderate it. Excuse me, but it's nature. That's my point here. There's something you're standing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wherever you're living now, or someone's cozy house you're going to be living in and having for like the rest of your life, something like that. Or or you're going to just own the property. It doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. But there's something like a peak that you're coming to. There's a peak. You see all the sun here at the top, even at the flower. People are going to be seeing you as like this individual that's like golden amongst others. Feel like you stand out through consciousness, through who you are, through your authentic leadership here. You're on your way to this, or you're like right at this right now. And you make a decision about some sort of foundation you're building for yourself here. You are this tree, you represent a future generations, you represent humanity, and you're yeah, medicine, mantra medicine, you're going to be noticed and recognized and seen for holistically who you are, because people really are like, who is that? That's a distinct person. I've never really met someone like that before. I'm very intrigued by that person, you know. They're gonna like grasp onto you and remember you. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. That moon. Okay, the moon is constantly moving around the earth. It doesn't go to another planet, you know. It doesn't like hop around. It's constantly coming back. So there's something about that where you're going to come back and come back on top, being recognized. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, very positive ending to that. I'm glad. There's a lot of sun energy to come from how heavy the situation is on you. Yeah, look at that. Like, what are the odds of that? I haven't seen the sun card in, I mean, this whole time. Even shuffling from a reading I just did, I didn't even see the sun before. It's coming through now. So you're going to feel a lot better than you have been with dealing with someone that's meant to pass on. It's a part of this release that you're a part of. It's a part of the lineage, the order of things, the order of life, the order of um, family inheritance assets. Also, just the world's destiny, the world order here. You're a part of something much greater. So let this reading be a seed for you, and really be patient with yourself, with your emotions, with your grief, because I see that you're going to be going through grief, but it will come, you're going to be moving into the light more and more and more through time. Okay, gradually and slowly, especially if you're in the dark right now. Um, yeah, or if you dip into a state of void, you know, of hermiting and needing time alone to heal that shadow, you know, like the shadow and processing on a slower rate, right? Yeah, having that knowledge. I saw the raven there, or the crow. I think it may have been a crow, a raven. This bird, whatever that is here, represents that wisdom and knowledge. Your spirit knows how to navigate through this, through the animal that it is. Okay? All right, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys are okay, whoever you are. You're not alone. Okay? Even if you're going through some feelings of abandonment and actual circumstances of being really alone. Okay? You're not actually alone. You have humanity. So connect with humanity. Find out how to, you know, continue paying your phone bill, stay connected to the grid, okay? Whatever you need to do in order to feel free and feel that you're living your best life and your personal balance, all right? Um, receive your downloads. Do what you need to do to meditate as well, to receive downloads about your purpose. Personally, for me, I am gathering individuals throughout my life that are interested in working for a high tech, sustainable kind of corporation, like a company that serves humanity and gives back to humanity, right? That feels like like a celebration, celebratory type of place to work, honestly. Um, like an eco-friendly, ecological atmosphere and way of moving forward in humanity. You could be a part of that. All this nature and all these leaves, you know, it's there for a reason. Whoever created this, even, you know, that understanding, that deep understanding there of life and death. Um, and that nature is all that we need, truly, and each other. We are nature, you know? So when nature recognizes itself, it's the most powerful thing ever. It's how humanity continues strengthening and growing like a huge ant colony, um, and making sure that we're taking care of species of animals and biodiversity and balancing our planet out in the highest way possible. You know, I feel like if Jesus was here on the earth, he would be like, "Yeah, man, yeah," you know, He'd sit back with us and smoke a joint, right? And just accept people for who they are, not trying to change them or try to teach them to change in order to fit God's image. We are already God's image, you know. So even those of you who have watched this video and who have wanted for someone to completely go out of your life, right? Even if that means that they pass on in a way, I'm not going to blame you for that. Okay, because only someone who's been hurt by that person will want that. And if it's out of some sort of ill intent, then I don't support that. Okay, but if it's deserved in some way by God's own judgment, which I see in this reading here, it's looking like that through the cards. um Let it be. What will be will be. I just see it's coming up for those of us who resonate with this message here in this reading. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'll see you later. Bye.